Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So in the last class we were discussing about chapter 5 and we have completed the explanation as well. So let us come to the textbook. So before this we have seen all about what is worksheet, what is workbook, what is difference between moving and copying. Clear? We have seen how to change the color of the tabs. Clear? How to rename this. Clear? So we can delete any worksheet also. So I hope you have revised all these concepts. So now today we are going to do the exercise of this chapter. So I hope you have tried once by your own as well. So first question is tick the correct answers. So let us see. The first one is a spreadsheet program that organizes data in rows and column. So which spreadsheet program organizes data in rows and column? Excel, Word or PowerPoint. We have three options: Excel, Word and PowerPoint. So which software provides the data in rows and column? The answer is Excel. Yes. So the correct answer of this question is Excel software. Now question second is the collection of rows and columns is called. So what is it is called as? The three options are workbook, worksheet and document. So what is a workbook? Workbook is a collection of different worksheet and document is any document which can be saved in the computer. Here we are talking about the rows and column collection. Clear? So the answer of this will be worksheet. Now question number C, the intersection of a row and column is known as the three options: box, intersect and cell. So here it is the intersection of rows and column. So what we call the intersection of rows and column? It is called as cell. In the Excel window, the different cells where we enter the data, that is the rows and column intersection. Okay, now question D is number of worksheet you can have in a Excel file. So how many worksheet we can have? The number of worksheet in Excel file is 255. Clear? By default it is 3, but when we increase that we can increase up to 255. Clear? So this is the number of worksheet which we can have in Excel file. Now question number E is the number of rows in a single worksheet. So how many rows are there in a single worksheet? Here there are two numbers. So the answer is 10,48,576. Clear? So answer is second option. Clear? 16,320 384. This is the number of columns. Here it is asking about the number of rows. So the answer is 10,48,576. Now next is the cell that has a dark border around it. So which cell has a dark border? The active cell has the dark border. Clear? The answer of this is active cell. Now question next is selected group of cells. So what is the name for selected groups? Selected a group of selected cells. So the options are range, worksheet and highlighters. So just we have seen that worksheet is a collection of rows and column, but it is asking about a group of cells and the selected group of cells, the answer is range. Clear? When we select multiple cells, then the group is called as range. Now next is H. It gives the cell reference using the combination of column and rows heading. So there is a box in the Excel window. We have three options: the name box, sum box and formula bar. So formula bar is the bar where we write the formulas, the different functions. Sum box, there is no any such sum box in the Excel. There we have a name box. So name box is the box where the cell address or the cell reference, which is the combination of rows and column headings. Clear? So the answer is name box. Now question I is shortcut key to save a workbook. So which key is used for saving a workbook? It is Control plus S. Clear? So let me minimize it little bit so that you can write all the answers together. Here are all the objective answers. So if you have not written till now, take the screenshot of this, pause the video, and then you can write all the answers. Okay, so I hope you have written it. Now coming to the question 2, that is filling the blanks. So let us come to a new page where I have written the answers. From there you can note it down. So here are the questions filling the blanks. So question first is, Microsoft Excel is a powerful blank program. So we know that Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program. What is the meaning of a spreadsheet? Here where we have the rows and column, where we can do the calculations, where we can enter the data in the form of rows and columns. Clear? So this is the nature of a spreadsheet program. So Microsoft Excel is a type of spreadsheet program. So answer is spreadsheet. Now question B is, the data is organized in dash and dash in Excel. So in which form we organize the data in Excel? It is in the form of rows and columns. Clear? So what we will fill in here? Rows and columns. Why? Because all the data which we enter in the Excel window, that is in the form of rows and columns. Okay, now question C is, an alternative method of selecting a cell in a worksheet is. So one approach is, whatever the cell which we want to select in a worksheet, this can be selected using the mouse by clicking on that, and it will become the active cell. And another way to select any cell and to make it active is, we can use the arrow keys from the keyboard. Clear? So the answer of this is arrow keys. Using the arrow keys also, which are the arrow buttons which is given in the keyboard, you can move the selected or the active cell. Means when we press any of the keys, the selected cell or the active cell will be changed according to the key which we have pressed. Now question D is, to revert the changes, you can cancel them using the. So here we are talking about that, suppose we have deleted something, if we have changed something and we want to go to the previous position or whatever the data which was there earlier. So if we want to go to the earlier instance of the data, so what we can use the undo feature. So undo feature is used to revert the changes to go to the previous condition of the data. Now question E is, when a column is inserted. Clear? So when a column is inserted, it gets to the blank of the highlighted column. So what does it mean? Suppose we have multiple columns. Clear? Suppose A, B, C are the 3 columns or some data is there, and if you want to insert a new column in between, suppose between A and B, if you want to insert any new column, so what we will do, we have seen also while explaining the chapter that when we will select the column B, the header B, when we right click over there, we have the option to add a new column. So this new column which will be inserted after selecting this column B will be inserted to the left of B. Clear? So it will, A will be shifted little bit, or you can say that the new space will be created between A and B, and that will be the new you can say the new column will be created in between the A and B. So when you will use that, it will be of the form like A will be to the left and the new will be inserted to the left of the highlighted column. So B was the column which we have selected. So when you insert any new column, it will be inserted in between or to the left of the B. So the answer here will be to the left of the highlighted column. Got it? So here we are, here it is asking the same, that the new column is going to be inserted to the left of the highlighted column. So the answer is left. Now question number F is, selected group of cells is called, so what is the name of group of selected cells? It is called as range. We have seen also just in the previous question. So whenever we select multiple cells together, then this selected group is called as range. Okay, so I hope you have written the answers. You can take the screenshot also. So all the filling the blanks questions are here on the screen. You can take a snapshot or pause the video to write the answers together. Now coming to question next, which is answer the following questions. So question A is, let us come again to the book. There we will see the answer following questions. So if I come again to this book, so question third is answer the following questions. Let us do this. So first is write a short note on Microsoft Excel. So this answer is given in the beginning of the chapter. So if we come to the starting pages of this, let us come to page number 61. So what we have to write? We have to write a short note on Microsoft Excel. So the answer of this question can be found. Let us take the pen. So here we have that Microsoft Excel is a powerful spreadsheet program that allows you to organize, let me decrease the, okay. So the first two lines, Microsoft Excel is a powerful spreadsheet program that allows you to organize data, complete calculations, represent data in graph and develop reports. Clear? So this is the one point. Write the answers point wise. Then the next point is, Excel allows you to organize data in rows and columns. Then these rows and columns are collectively called a worksheet. Clear? So we have to write 3-4 points. So this is the answer of question number third A. We have to write a short note on the Microsoft Excel. So here is the answer. Okay, write the answers point wise. Now coming to the next question, differentiate between moving and copying. So this answer is also given below on page number 68. Let us come to page number 68. Here is the answer. What is the difference between moving and copying? So write the both sentences for this. Like moving data allows you to reorganize data in worksheet. You can make a parting line in between. I write the answer this way also. So to the left we will write moving, to the right we will write copying. Clear? So this way you can write the answers point wise. Clear? So how to write this? First we'll write moving data allows you to reorganize data in your worksheet. Then the next point for this is, when we move, at the place of U you will write V. Clear? When we move, the data disappears from its original location. We have seen also that whenever we move some data, the original content will be deleted. In the copying, the copying data allows you to repeat data in your worksheet without having to retype the data. Then the next point is when we copy the data, at the place of you will write we. When we copy the data appears in both original and new locations. So this is the answer of question number third B. What is difference between moving and copying? I hope you have written. Now coming to the next question, that is, let us come to the next question. Okay, so here we are. Question next is, what when do we need to change a column width and row height? So this answer is given below this on page number 69. Clear? So we can write from here that first we have changing column width. So we can begin from here that adjusting, at the place of adjust, right? Adjusting, add ing. Clear? Adjusting the width of the columns on a worksheet for accommodating the data properly. Clear? So we can you can write like this, that adjusting the width of the column on a worksheet, right here, accommodate, change the tense of the word accordingly. Clear? Adjusting the width of the columns on a worksheet accommodates the data properly. And we can write the next sentence also. It is useful, this is especially useful if the data displayed in the cells is too broad to be completely viewed within the standard column width. We all know that why we need to increase the width. When the data which we are entering in between, if the content or the data is more and it is exceeding the width, then we can increase the width of the column. Clear? So this is the one part of the answer. Then another part, this is the answer third C. The another part of the answer is below this, that changing, at the place of change you will write changing. Clear? Changing the height of the rows, adjust the width of the columns in your worksheet. Then it has many uses and enhances the look of our worksheet. Clear? So these are the two parts of the answer, that why we need to change the column width and why we need to change the row height. Clear? So this is the two part of the answer. Clear? Now next is, coming to the next question, let us come to here is question D. Define the following. First is ribbon, then worksheet. So first is ribbon. Let us see. The answer of this question is given in the beginning part on page number 62. So below this all the parts are explained. So here is the answer of the ribbon, that it displays the group of related commands in the tab. Each tab offers shortcut buttons to common tasks. Clear? This is the first answer of third D. Clear? What is ribbon? Now next is, come to the next is worksheet. So worksheet, it is given in the beginning as well. Let us see. Worksheet is given here also. Let us erase this content first. So worksheet, you can write from here as well, that Excel allows you to organize data in rows and columns. These rows and columns are collectively called a worksheet. Clear? So this is the answer for third D.2. that what is worksheet. Clear? Now question third, that what is active cell. Active cell we can see below this. Okay, so here it is. V, at the place of U you will write V. Clear? We can make any cell in our worksheet as the active cell. Active cell has a dark border around it, and we can enter data into the active cell. This is the third, that what is active cell. Third D, point third. Now next is scroll bar. Let us see scroll bar just above this. Here it is. Write all the sentences. A worksheet window allows you, okay, so you can write from here that a worksheet windows allows you to view the portion of the worksheet displayed on the screen. Below and to the right of the worksheet windows are scroll bars. Clear? The scroll arrows and the scroll boxes which we want to move the windows around to view different part of the active worksheet. We have seen also that at the right side and at the bottom, here also you can see that here we have the scroll bars using which we can move the page up and down. Clear? So these are called as scroll bars. Clear? So here was the answer. This was the answer for question 4th of 30. What is scroll bar? Now next is grid lines. So grid lines is also given just above that. What are grid lines? The horizontal and vertical lines representing the rows and columns on the worksheet are called grid lines. Grid lines allow you to see and identify each cell within a worksheet. Clear? This is the answer of question 5th. This is all given on page number 63. Now next is cell reference. Clear? So cell reference is also given above this. So here it is. Let us change the color. So cell reference is, a cell is referred by its unique address or cell reference, which is the coordinate of the intersecting row and column. To identify a cell, specify the column letter first followed by the row number. This is the answer of 6. Third D, point 6. That what is cell reference. Written. Now coming to question 4th. Write answers in sort. So question first is 4th A. How many rows and columns are there in a worksheet? So answer is given in beginning of the chapter, page 61. So how many rows and columns are there? So worksheet contains, or worksheet of Excel, according to the versions this differ, but after 2010 all the versions are having the same number. So the worksheet of Excel 2010 has 60,384 columns and 10,48,576 rows. This is the answer of 4th A, and it is given on page number 61. Clear? Now question B is, what is the default number of sheets in a Excel workbook? So what is the meaning of default? Means those numbers which is present in the beginning. So here it is also given just below on page number 62, and we have seen earlier as well. So by default a worksheet or by default a workbook contains 3 worksheets. Clear? We know also that there are 3 worksheets by default. So this is the answer of 4th B. The answer is 3, but we have to write the full sentence. Clear? So 3 is the by default worksheet. Now question C is, how you will identify an active cell? So how we will identify? By seeing the thick border. So this is also given. Here we can see the answer. So it is given, yes, here it is. Let us erase this. So we will identify the active cell by the dark border around it. So answer you can write that active cell can be identified by the dark border. Make the change the sentence accordingly of the question. So this is the answer of fourth C. By the dark border around the cell we can identify that this is the active cell. Now question D is, where do we enter and edit formula on the worksheet data? So what we have to tell? We have to tell that where we enter and edit the formulas. So it is the formula bar. Clear? Answer is formula bar. So you can make the sentence accordingly that formula bar, let me write it once again. So formula bar is the box or the bar where we can enter and edit the formulas. So the answer is formula bar. Okay. Now question E is, what is the file extension of Excel workbook? So what is the file extension? It is .xlsx. We have seen as well that whenever we save this, if we come to the beginning of the book, here also it is given. Let us check it. So it is given somewhere below this. Here it is, you can see the extension is .xlsx. Clear? So this is the answer of fourth E, that what is the extension of Excel files. Now coming to the next, what is the use of undo feature in Excel? Why we use the undo feature in Excel? Now let us see the answer of this. Answer of this question is given on page number 67. Let us check. Clear? So here it is that Excel remembers the last change that at the place of U you will write V, that we have made to the worksheet. If we regret these changes, we can cancel them using the undo feature. Clear? So this is the use of undo feature, that if you want to revert to the previous position, to the previous data, we can use the undo feature. So this is the answer of question 4th F. Clear? I hope you have written. Now coming to the next. Next is application based question. Let us see this question. So question 5 is, the teacher is creating a list of students doing different activity in the school in Excel. While making the list, he or she has forgotten to add an important row in the table. Now he or she wants you to insert the row without disturbing the whole table. How you will do it? So how we can add a new row? Whenever we are entering the data in an Excel sheet, if you want a new row, what we have to do? We have to select the row particular, and then we can click on insert button, and in the insert button we can get to insert a new row, or else we can right click over there on the row, and then also we can get the option to insert a new row. Clear? So this is how we can insert a new row without disturbing the whole table. Clear? Then question 6 is, let us erase this. Okay, so next is question 6. So this is the screen, and there are few questions which we have to answer on the basis of this. So first is, what is the name of the workbook? So how we can see the name of the workbook? It appears at the top of the title bar. So here it is written book 1. Clear? So this is the name of the workbook. Book 1 is the name of this workbook. Now question B is, what is the name of the active worksheet? So where we can see the worksheet, worksheets are appearing at the bottom. So whatever is the worksheet which is active, it will appear like opened. Clear? And the another are gray one. So here it is sheet 1 which is active. Clear? So sheet 1 is the worksheet which is active. Now question C is, name the address of the active cell. So where is the address appearing? You can see this is the active cell which has the dark border, and this you can also see by yourself. It is the row number 1 and column number A. So first we need to write the column and then row. So A1 is the address. It also appears somewhere. Here you can see it here. This is the name box where this cell reference or the address appears. So the answer is A1. Clear? So this is the address of this active cell. Now question D is, how many worksheets are there in this workbook? So you can see right now here we have sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So there are 3 worksheets which are present in this workbook. By clicking on this add button, we can add more sheets also in this workbook. Clear? So right now it is 3 which is present. Clear? So this way we have covered the questions, the exercise question. There is one more lab activity which we will discuss in the online class. So do all the questions which we have discussed today in the notebook as well. If there is any confusion, we can take up the queries and doubts in the online session. Thank you everyone.